The market pulled back today and you didn't pull the trigger. So today I'm gonna walk you through 4 plays that I made, but I'm gonna also show you why I made these plays, what I saw on a chart to make these plays, and how you can see it. It's important because I don't want you missing this money. I'm just being realistic with you. And the reason why you're missing is because you hear a lot of noise about trade this pattern, trade that pattern, look for this, look for that. Well, what I'm gonna show you is so easy. You're gonna see something on the daily, you're gonna confirm it on the 1 hour, and if you don't see that, you don't move. If you see it, you move. I'm gonna show you my 4 plays, so that you can see it, study it, watch it, and then now you can use your blueprint. That's my goal. My goal is to help you make trades with confidence, because reality is you are 1 trade away. You're 1 trade away from learning how to pay your rent with the market. You're 1 trade away from learning how to retire from the market. You're 1 trade away from paying your bills from the market. You're 1 trade away from securing your kids' future from the market. You're 1 trade away. So you follow this simple, easy blueprint, I figure I make it that much easier for you. Because once I talk about these things for you, and once you see it, it's not even hard to identify. You're gonna look for this certain candlestick. Once it starts reversing, you execute. So before we get into this, man, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and share this with somebody who you know that's struggling in the market. All right, let's go. All right, so first we're gonna start off with MU, right? Now, it's on a daily. So we're looking at the daily. Now, we're looking at this chart, we see a bunch of gap ups. So this is a gap right here. This is a gap right here. This is a gap right here. And those gaps didn't really get filled. So it ran up to all-time high at 818. Now, here's my ideology behind and my philosophy behind gaps. People say that all gaps get filled. That's false. But I will say probably about 60% of gap gets filled, right? And the best way to find the gaps is on your daily and on your 4 hour. Why? Because you don't have a lot of noise on there. So because I'm a swing trader and then I trade leap options, I'm not looking at the 1 hour for gap fills. I'm not looking at the 30-minute for gap fills. But what I am gonna do is look at the 1 hour to see if I see the continuation I'm looking for to make this play. So let's walk through it. So we see earlier today, we had a CPI report that came out, and that CPI report was hot. Inflation came in high. So markets typically sell off, and I will say this to all traders. Make sure you are aware of economic data reports. So Friday, me and my team, because I knew CPI was coming out Tuesday, I was like, look, y'all, we got a weekend coming up. You know, I don't want to get caught up in Monday. Let's just take a lot of profits today. So we took a lot of profits Saturday. We still left some players on the table. Monday, we had a big run up, right? So today, what we see is, now, this is Monday, hit all-time high at 818. We ended with this doji candle. Well, today you had a gap down. So now here's gonna be the next gap you're gonna have on that. And if you wanna pay really good attention to me, look on your daily chart with me. So notice it came into this gap right here, which was a previous gap, right? It came into this gap. Now here's what happened. Once it came into the gap, look what it did. It flushed all those orders out. In case you don't know what a gap is. So a gap is when a stock either jumps up or jumps down overnight. So it closes somewhere and then the next morning it jumps up, right? Well, think about it. This was Friday here. Monday, we had the gap up from here to here. That was the gap up. So all of those orders, so from Friday to Monday, gap up. So we draw this out. I drew this out because I said, hey, it might don't come way back here, but this is my next gap. And I always say, mark your gap. The most recent 1 or 2 gaps, mark them out on your daily, right? Because if you see price coming down that way, pay attention, because that could be an entry if you see something what I'm about to show you. So notice, right? So today, what happens? It opens here because red candles open at the top. So it opens here, then comes up, and then flushes back down, right? So this is how the candle looked at first. This is how it looked at first. And all of this was clear. But then, notice you have this bottoming tail. So that bottoming tail tells us that buyers came in and start absorbing all of those sell orders. So when buyers start absorbing those sell orders, here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for it to get right back in this gap and close out. Now, those orders are gone. So now I'm gonna show you how we go to the 1 hour and then we execute. All right, so now we at the 1 hour. Same chart, MU, 1 hour. Now here's our gap. So now we see the gap down. We see the gap gets filled. You see this gap right here? This was from Friday, and this is Monday, right? So the gap goes up. Notice this is where we gap down at today, because remember I said we got another gap. So this is where we gap down at today, right? So notice, once we got back in this gap, once we did this, I'm letting it play out because I don't want no parts of it. But then I start seeing a reversal. So this is strong supply right here. So then I start seeing a reversal. Now, what trap? When did I execute? Well, I executed once we reclaimed. Now remember, it's a green candle. The green candle started at the bottom. I executed once we got back on top of the 20 SMA. So once we got back on top of that 20, I made a strike. I said, hey, I'm executing right now. So we probably got in at about 376. Currently after hours we probably got in at probably about 760 we got in because it was at 757. If you see right here, that's the 20-day SMA. At 750, 745, we probably got in about 760. And as of right now, it is 768.50 in after hours. So if you can just use that, go to your daily. If you see that pin bar starting to align, come to your hourly. Once you jump on top of that 20-day SMA, fill that gap up. For me, that's confirmation to get in. All right, let me show you again on another chart, because I made a few plays today based off this same method. Let me take you to another one. All right, so the next one is DRAM. So D-R-A-M. Now, this is the one I've been telling y'all about for a long time. I've been screaming it through since it was maybe like $35. Now it's around $51. It got up to about $60 or $58. And let's get into it. So again, same thing. We have the gap down today, but notice it came right on top of this white line. Well, what is this white line? That's a key area. Why? Because that's a previous all-time high. I tell y'all, these are key levels that we got to pay attention to. So notice what it did. Gap down. Here's my gap, right? Now, this is going to be important because we're going to see now, moving forward, does it use this gap as, watch this, buy side or sell side? What I mean is, so now that we know they got unfilled orders right there, will it go up now and get these orders and rally up, that's buy side, or will it get these orders and come back down? And then this is our key level right here at 48.58. Notice, let's take this off the screen. I'll tell you how I executed on this play. So again, you see the bottom and tail, hits the key level. Once it hits the key level, which is all-time high, I'm like, all right, let me see what you're gonna do right here. Well, let's go to the daily. Well, we get to the daily. This is the DRAM 1 hour. Let's go to the 1 hour. This is the 1 hour. What do we see? Hits the key level, bounces. The key level is also on our 50-day. That's our 50-day. That's our 20-day. We got our SMAs right there. That's important for me. Hits the 50-day. Look what we get. Volume. We get 1, 2, 3. I wait to see if we get above this candle here. We do. I get that. I strike, right? Because this tells me that it bounces off this key level, which is essential, uses that as some type of dynamic support because that's also where your 50-day moving average is at. Once it gets above this line right here, so it kills this, which is that, and then it the last low, and then it comes right above that opening of that. I execute, we get in that play. Currently, we got in the play probably about $50.75. Right now, after hours, at the time of this, it's $51.34. What was the idea for me to get in? Again, let's just go back. Key level hit. You see the bottom and tail? The bottom and tail tells me what? Selling pressure is there. Buyers absorb the orders on the key level, which is what we want. That's called a natural reaction. That's a natural reaction of the market. So we go to our hourly. Once we go to the hourly says, yep, we hit the key level, right? We hit the key level, bounce off the 50, bounce off the key level. That's confluence right there. Look at those bodies on those green candles. Then we get a doji that's indecision. That's this, the high of that doji is right aligned with that. If you look and see, it's right aligned with it. So once I get this candle, Notice that the height of that doji is at the opening of this red body candle. It bounces back down. So once it clears this for me, I enter. Once it clears that for me, I enter. So the thing we're gonna be looking forward to tomorrow is two things. Now, it's already at 51.54 right now after hours. We good, we had perfect entry on that. So we're gonna see tomorrow, does it use this as dynamic support? Dynamic resistance, meaning will it hit the 20-day and bounce back down? That's gonna be on your hourly. But then also, once it get inside of this pool, does it use this as buy-side fuel, meaning use these orders to go up, or does the market take these orders and use it as sell side to come back down? But I was cool with entering that play. I was cool with taking that risk. So again, paying attention, once you see that bottoming tail coming out, this tail tells you a lot. This is actually, even though it's still red, this is still a bullish signal. Why? Because it means that, think about this, before that had that tail right there, this is what this looked like. Then all the new orders came on me just now, I said, looked it. So this is what that candle looked like. Damn, I said it again. So that's what that candle looked like, right? That's what that looked like. So it was just pushing down, and then it hit this key level, and the buyer said, nah, bro, we not doing that. We not doing that. So don't look at the candle itself and say because it's red, you feel like, man, trap, that's a red candle. You gotta pay more attention to where the candle is positioned at and what level is it hitting. That's gonna really give you an idea on what's going on. Now watch this. If it was a green candle and it was the other way around, it would actually be a bearish signal. I'm giving you some game right now. You're looking at the color, I'm looking at the activity. That's the price action, right? That's telling you what, so each candle represents an auction. So buyers and sellers. So this tells us, even though the sellers won this, buyers made up a lot of room. Now think about it, this is an ETF. So to go from $48.55 to close at $51.31, that's a lot of pressure right there for an ETF. So just pay attention to that. All right, let me show y'all the last one, man. I gotta get y'all to the last one. So this was the last play we made today. All right, so the last play we made today was on Caterpillar. Same type of action going on right here. And that's what I wanted to show y'all in this video. Like, you gotta be, I'll keep telling my people this, you gotta be comfortable with pulling the trigger. So watch this, what I'm about to tell you. Green days, you're supposed to already be in position, not chasing plays. Red days are where you do your hunting at. So on the red days, you looking for key levels, you looking for Fibonacci's, you looking for confluence, you looking for price action, you may be looking for certain patterns, wedge patterns, head and shoulders patterns. You trying to see what's happening, what's forming on a red day. Because on a green day, if you're trying to execute on a green day, then that means you chasing it. Unless you already pre-positioned what you needed a candle confirmation of on your 1 hour. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what you're looking for. So you're not waiting for a rally to be like, oh man, I'm chasing it. At least I don't. Let me rephrase that. At least I don't. I want to be in position on the red days. So I want to see what key levels being hit, what type of bottom and tails I'm seeing, what type of top and tails I'm seeing, where's my fib? I'm using that. I'm crafty with that fib. Like, I'm trying to see what that fib doing. I'm in my brain. I'm making sure I'm making my demand zones. I'm making my supply zones. We putting all that together right there. All right, so here we go. We on Caterpillar right here. So let me show y'all something. Out the gate, I'm gonna mark this off for y'all. Man, Trap, what is that? Well, that's a demand zone. How do we know? Because you got a wick here, you got a wick here, you got a wick here, you got a wick here. That keeps getting rejected. So that keeps getting rejected. That tells us that's a specific zone that tells us that buyers are stepping up every time we get to this zone. And how do we confirm that? Let's look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Buyers got right there. That's what the wick tells us. So anytime you see wicks, that means rejection. Or absorption. And if you see a wick at the bottom, same thing. That means the opposite team rejected that, right? Or they bought those orders out and moved forward. So we see that right here. Now here's what I did with Caterpillar. Now, it's above the 20, it's above my 50, So that tells me bullish, right? Now, we got a gap here. Now, this is where it get interesting at. We got a gap here, so we know these are orders that have been left behind. So remember, I always mark off my most recent gap, always gonna get marked off. Every time, always gonna get marked off because I need to know. All right, now, not only do we have that, but now again, we have this demand zone right here. Why is that? Because every time sellers pushes down right there, buyers keep absorbing the orders, and then we mark out our all-time high right here. All right, so here's what we did. We open here, we get this bottoming tail. We get this bottoming tail right there, gets into that zone. Once it gets into that zone, I go look. I say, hey, what's popping? Here we go, right here. Gets into the zone. I wait till it get on top of my 20. So this is my 50 SMA, the blue one. My 20 SMA right here. Once it hops on top of that, you get this doji right here. Once it bounces off that as dynamic support, it bounces off that, we strike. So we probably get in, that's at 907. We probably got in at about 908. Currently after market is at 912.82. Remember, you're gonna have a gap right here. So you wanna watch that in the morning and see what happened. But if you can just pay attention to that, if you can just start analyzing, where's my gaps at on my dailies? Where's my gaps at on my 1 hours? And if you can start paying attention to those, catching those, and how did that gap come? Well, because it gapped down right here. So what happened was it opened here, closed here, and then gapped down here, right? So that's the gap you see here on the 1 hour, right? So you being able to identify those, you being able to see those, is gonna help you out a long way on the journey. And notice, once we got back on my 20, once I recovered my 50, once I recovered that 20 as support, I was ready to strike. So got a light little move. Again, it's 908 right here. 907 was my 20. Probably got in like 908, 909. It's 912. It's 912 after hours. I like it. Now we're gonna watch it for the rest of the week for the 3 calls we put in. So I hope this video helped you identify gap ups, gap downs, supply zones, demand zones, SMAs, using that, but most importantly, when to pull the trigger when you see that reversal happening in real time. If I was a day trader or a scalper, that was sweet money. But because I'm a swing trader, I'm gonna enter that play and then let that play ride out for me. So I hope this video helped you out, man. Share this with somebody who you know that's really been struggling in the game. Come join our Patreon group. We really get into it over there. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trap. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one, man. Salute.